Shalom, shalom, it's Kapari, a.k.a. Pops out of GMS Chicago with another sit down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, I want to send double honors because they do rule well. Elder bishops out of Connecticut, apostles down in Texas. Like I said, I send double honors because they do rule well. For the brethren around the world pushing the truth uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet, declaring war on it. I send salutations. For the hope free elect, I hope this is edifying. For the aqua, the few and the true that's listening sincerely, it's charity, keep doing so. But for the scorners, call for reprobate 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations who are in the midst of Jacob's trouble, it's going to get a whole lot worse. You see this. Russia shuts Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline to Europe. Shut it all the way down. I told you this man holds a trump card that nobody wants to deal with. Nobody wants to accept. Nobody wants to contemplate. You got all these European Union people, all these European countries trying to back the U.S. over here, and this man has got a stranglehold on a commodity that they can't do without, and a military that they can't fuck with. You don't play ball with me and do things the way I'm telling you, and you want to believe in America and democracy, democratic, demonic rulership, and these types of things, I will shut this shit off and freeze your ass out. And that's what they see coming. That's what they feel coming. Okay? And it's perfect considering everything that's going on now. What we got going here by December the 13th with Biden signing that bill for the MOTB and everything else. See, all this shit is lining up, okay? So when it's the coldest point here, which is going to be a cold point there as well, these Edomites are going to be shutting down shit hard and making motherfuckers deal on a whole different level that they never had to deal on before. So this is coming down the pipe. Repair works, huh? Right. Let me put some scripture on this real quick. Let me put some scriptures on this, and then I'm going to let that play. Okay. This is Sirach 14:5. He that evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Actually, let me start at 4. He that gathered by defrauding his own soul, gathereth for others, that shall spend his good riotously. That's going to be us when we take the kingdom over. But 5, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? This Edomite. Now, the rich banking families are evil even to other Edomites. Okay? Putin is doing what? Cutting off oil. To who? Other Edomites. You want to join forces with somebody that's against me? So I have no love for you either. You can die with them. Ta-da. He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Putin ain't worried about you all being able to say y'all warm and comfy and everything is comfy, cozy, and good between us. He said, man, you join the ranks with him, I'm going to smash him and smash you too, because you joined to him. So let's let this play.
coming true. Winter is around the corner and their biggest gas pipeline has been shut, the Nord Stream 1. It was Vladimir Putin's trump card against Europe, a card that he has used before. The pipeline was first closed in the month of July. Russia said it was carrying out repair works. After 10 days, the gas flow resumed. Now they've done it again. Russian power company Gazprom has closed off Nord Stream 1. Their excuse is the same as July, repair works. Gazprom says this is temporary. They say the pipeline will reopen 3 days later, but Europe cannot take that chance. Let me tell you why. Nord Stream 1 is the biggest gas pipeline between Europe and Russia. It transports 55 billion cubic meters of gas. You cut that off and you plunge Europe into darkness. That's what Putin is counting on. After Europe imposed sanctions on Russia, he began choking their gas supply. First, it was reduced to 40% of full capacity, and since July, it's 20%. So what did Europe do? They began filling up their gas reserves. They reduced consumption and diverted supplies to their stock. But that process is still not complete. The EU's gas storages are at 79% capacity. Germany is at 83%. To fill the rest, they need gas from Nord Stream 1. Vladimir Putin knows this. So he played the trump card. He shut off the pipeline. Where does that leave Europe? For now, their reserve should be enough. After all, temperatures are still high in Europe. The heating season has not yet started. German officials feel their country is better placed than the last time.
We do not really understand the technical need for this renewed maintenance from Russia. But in the meantime, Germany is now better prepared. We have filled the storage facilities better. We are getting gas from Norway, Holland, Belgium, soon France. We are saving gas, and in this respect, I assume that we will be able to cope with this for the time being.
Well, the last part is key. We'll be able to cope for the time being. It does not sound like a solid energy strategy. The fact is, Europe needs alternatives. It cannot rely on Russian gas supplies during the coming winter. If they do, there will be shortages. So what options do they have? The European Union is proposing an emergency intervention. The plan has two parts. The immediate goal is to bring down energy bills. The long-term goal is to change how the energy market works. Let's deal with the first part, bringing down bills. European gas prices are going through the roof. They're 12 times higher than last year. Inflation hit an all-time high of 9.
Now, what we just reported about hyperinflation and all this other kind of stuff here just a few months ago, brothers here at GMS, wasn't we just talking about hyperinflation? 12 times what it used to be. 12 times. Take gas. Shit jumped off $3.50 a gallon. 12 times? 12 times $3.50 would be what? See what I'm saying? Hyperinflation. You got stuff jumping off around the world that hasn't touched home yet because this virgin daughter of Babylon hasn't been touched with a war. So because you don't feel it here personally, these people here don't think it's happening. But it's happening. Clearly. But y'all don't want to see the prophecies. Y'all don't want to see the prophecies. Y'all don't want to see the reports. We're telling you who this man is and what he is and what extreme he'll go to. And y'all don't want to believe it. Let me get a scripture. State. Second Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their act shall stand in their power. Okay? Jumping down to verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread and for great tribulation. Russia putting the screws to Edomites. Russia, Edomite Putin is putting the screws to other Edomites. Period. Period. No getting around it. We're showing it to you right here in the scriptures, and nobody wants to believe it. Okay, you ain't gotta believe it. Here it is as a news report.
9.1% in August. Both these problems can be attributed to the same cause, Russia's gas
Let me
warfare.
back that up a little bit.
The long-term goal is to change how the energy market works. Let's deal with the first part, bringing down bills. European gas prices are going through the roof. They're 12 times higher than last year. Inflation hit an all-time high of 9.1% in August. Both these problems can be attributed to the same cause, Russia's gas warfare. To solve this crisis, Europe has limited options. Number one, they could cap energy costs. Both Spain and Portugal are already doing this. They have placed a legal limit on how high the energy costs can be. Just one problem. The strategy must be pan-Europe. If not, suppliers will just export to countries without a price cap. Option 2 is import restrictions. Europe could decide to limit the price of Russian gas imports. But again, the problem is obvious. Why would Russia agree to such a cap? They would much rather burn off that energy. In fact, they're already doing this. A Russian gas plant near Finland is burning off huge quantities of natural gas, almost $10 million worth of gas every day. Option
How much? $10 million. Before I give it to you, I'll burn it off. I've been telling y'all this for years now, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai. This Edomite is, if he can't have it, nobody can. If he can't have it, nobody can. Let me get a scripture. Like I said, Matthews 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. This man would destroy himself before he left. This man will destroy himself and take everybody with him. If he can't rule it, nobody can have it. Period. Period. Let's get back to it.
Option number 3 is windfall taxes. Europe could take a slice from the profits of big oil. They can easily afford it. Norwegian firm Equinor paid $3 billion in dividends last month. France's Total Energy saw their income triple. So the windfall tax is a viable option. Europe could use this extra money to subsidize energy for consumers. Now those are the 3 immediate options for Europe. What about the long-term option? Now that is a lot more complicated. Right now, Europe's electricity market is based on wholesale prices. It means every type of producer bids into it. The nuclear plants, the windmills, the gas plants, all of them. But the final rate is based on gas. Now usually, it is the most expensive source of energy. Now, why would Europe design such a strange system? After all, green energy is a lot cheaper. The electricity generated from wind is less expensive than the power generated from gas. Yet both are sold at the same rate. What explains this? The idea was to incentivize green energy by selling at higher costs. Green producers could make more profits, and more profits equals more investments. That was the whole thrust behind this plan. But today's situation is completely different. Green energy is still as cheap as it was in 2021, but gas prices are 12 times higher. Now, do you see the problem here? I'll explain with an example. Assume that you produce 1 unit of solar power for $1. 1 unit for $1. You can also produce 1 unit of gas power, but for $10. Now, ideally, those 2 units should have separate costs. But that's not the case in Europe. In Europe, the final price will be decided by the gas producer, hence the problem. The European Union is hoping to change this on September 9th. Their energy officials will convene a special meeting. They're expected to announce some big reforms. How big? Well, that depends on how united they are. As for Russia, their gas warfare is not ending anytime soon. Gazprom just posted a profit of $41 billion in the last 6 months. Imagine that, $41 billion. So much for boycotting Russian gas. The fact is, Putin has a lot more leverage here than Europe. Earlier, we thought gas trade would be a double-edged sword. If Europe needed Russian gas, Russia also needed European money. Well, turns out that's not the case. Gas prices are so high that these pipeline shutdowns will not really hurt Putin. He was supplying just 40% of total capacity since March. Yet Gazprom made $41 billion in profits. So all this talk about javelins and HIMARS and MiG-29s, turns out the biggest weapon of this war is energy. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the...
End of story.
Also suggested a few...
End of story. Putin sitting up there playing, y'all still playing checkers, and Putin over there playing chess. And twisted and giggling and laughing and still making money. End of story. And all this is still they all still puppets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai in the end. So the elect, hold on. Because we know we got these things have to happen. And this man has got to get a chance to think that he done twisted the world totally up. So Yahweh will turn Yahweh Shai loose. And when he think that he's got it all, he's got nothing. So with that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash, to the apostles and the elders of GMS out of New York again. Double honors. Excuse me. I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash, to the apostles and the elders of GMS out of New York. I want to send double honors to the elder bishops in Connecticut, and again, that apostle that's down in Texas. Hopefully, elect brethren around the world pushing this truth. I hope this is edifying for the brothers around the world, but it's pushing this truth, declaring war on the planet. Salutations. Hey, for the hopefully elect, hope that's edifying. Aqua off the funeral truth. Keep listening. 2/3 Israelites, 17 other nations, a ball.